So for those of you who, might have been living under a rock who are into football, the NFL draft just recently had its first round last night, Thursday, with people like Cam Ward of the Miami Hurricanes going first overall and Travis Hunter going second overall to the Jacksonville Jaguars. But today we're not here to talk about Travis Hunter. We're actually here to talk about his teammate, Shedeur Sanders, quarterback on Colorado, who put up over 4,000 yards in his senior year and had a 74% completion rate. Both of those leading the league, not to mention 37 touchdowns that also led the league, or country if you want to be specific. Now, one thing to put out that is the reason I'm making this video is that Shedeur Sanders did not get drafted in the first round this year. Now, is it the biggest deal on college football nationwide right now, NFL? Absolutely not. But it is a little bit crazy considering that he was projected to be top 10, which made sense because he actually balled out this year. And he vlogged his green room draft along with his brother Shiloh and his dad, obviously, Deion Sanders. Now, obviously, as I said before, I think so, I believe. He should have been drafted by the time you're seeing this video. But my question is, why do y'all think that Shedeur Sanders did not make it out of the first round? A few of my beliefs are, number one, which is the main thing I think, is a lot of NFL teams did not see, the talent that they wanted to see based off of him in college. Considering that he was, alongside the best player in the nation who won the Heisman, arguably. And it seems that he hasn't been coached by anyone at the college level who wasn't his father. There could have been teams that had doubts. And that's honestly kind of a fair assumption to make. Because the year before, you got to keep in mind, he did struggle. His junior year came with less than 3,500 yards and less than a 70% completion rate. So I could see why teams maybe were hesitant to pick him. A second reason that probably isn't that big of a deal in my opinion on why he didn't get picked is because just a bit of arrogance that people have seen with Shedeur. Because, as y'all know, NIL money has become a big thing in the college football scene. NIL is a good amount of the reason why a lot of dudes are playing till their senior year. It's putting money in people's pockets like never before. And you got to keep in mind, a lot of these college kids came from nothing. So you put money in their pocket, you can kind of see how they're going to become. And, when Shedeur Sanders was playing college football, he was seen to be kind of flexing his Rolly watch. He had a rap song as well. People probably thought that, hey, he ain't really even into the game like that, And I can't be mad at teams for having that mindset because, the NFL is a business. But me personally, I don't even think that's the reason he didn't get selected. I honestly believe it kind of leans, to the first reason. Babe, let me know what y'all think in the comment section on that one. And I do want to bring something up that a lot of people did bring up. A lot of good QBs went late. If not the first round, the second round, and further back. Tom Brady, good example, 199th pick of the NFL draft. And he's arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. In my opinion, he is. Even if you want to count recently, Jalen Hurts, he was a second round pick. Lamar Jackson was the 32nd pick, I believe. And as sucky as this is going to be, there have been QBs who have been drafted early who didn't make a name for themselves. Jamarcus Russell, he did not live up to the hype. RG3 really kind of didn't live up to the hype after his rookie year. Jameis Winston also did not live up to the hype. All these guys were expected to do big things, going into the NFL, but honestly did not live up to expectations. Now, one thing that is being brought up about his late pick was, his attitude in a video that he released.
We all didn't expect this, of course, but I feel like with God, anything possible, everything possible. I don't feel like this happened, for no reason. All this is of course, fuel to the fire. And under no circumstance, we all know this shouldn't have happened. But we understand we're on the bigger and better things. Tomorrow's the day. We're going to be happy regardless. Legendary.
Now, do I think people are slightly overreacting about, him being cocky on that response? A little bit, yeah. And can I see why that response wasn't super the best thing media-wise? Of course. We all know this shouldn't have happened. It does kind of sound a little entitled, arrogant, I guess you could say. Because usually when players are, upset about getting drafted late, they express it in a different way. Take, for instance, Antonio Brown. He wore 84 to symbolize 8 times 4, meaning 32, and that's how many teams passed on him. So yeah, of course, there could have been a humbler way of saying it, but then again, there could be a humbler way of saying a lot of other things. And I think just because he's kind of had a bit of issues with being humble in the past, people are kind of looking at this and immediately assuming the worst. And is that fair? Honestly, no, in my opinion. But then it's also a video out there where his dad, Deion Sanders, was making, an old man joke about Joe Flacco, which was it honestly kind of true? Well, it was exaggerated, of course, but Joe Flacco, he is getting up there in age, unfortunately, and Father Time's undefeated. And honestly, I'm gonna wrap up this video. Basically, I'm kind of just asking, where do y'all think he ranks among the quarterbacks? And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna see some top 5s, because in my opinion, he probably is a top 5 QB in this draft, if not top 3. But yeah, let me know y'all opinion on the situation. And yeah, I'm not gonna hold y'all for long. This isn't a big, talk fest, a TED talk, So yeah, appreciate you. Deuce.